Hey guys, how's it going? Want to do a 30,000 mile update. This will be the final update on the Tundra. It's actually sold and going to a new home. So as you can see, it looks a little different. Got the stock wheels and tires back on. Tint still looks good. Got the bed cover off. But after 30,000 miles, I feel like I have a kind of a good idea of what was good and what wasn't good. You know, how it drove, things I liked, things I didn't like, complaints, things like that. So we're gonna go over some of them in this video. I mean, the bed obviously got a good amount of use. We did use it as a truck. Has a couple of battle scars. It's got some dents, some cracks in the bumper. So she did get used. Some quality issues, but just never really fixed themselves. Build quality was Check this out. It's hard to pick up on camera, but this moves almost half an inch to an inch of wobble, which is wild. Seats held up pretty good. Just went away. Let me show you here. There you go. So 29, 126. Bless me. That was a sneeze. The front's gotten some love. It's probably seen some better days. Decent amount of like chipping from rocks. I mean, obviously this is not, I'm not ragging on the Tundra from that sense. Obviously it's just wear and tear, but I more mean like build quality. You know, this kind of stuff where it kind of just doesn't really feel that secure. Everything kind of cracks and pops. You can see that whole grill moving. Just stuff I probably wouldn't expect from a $60,000 truck. So love the little Easter eggs. These are on the headlights. Texas born. Research and development in, what is that, Michigan? All right, well, let's get into it. So mechanically, it's actually been really good. There's been one funky thing with the gas gauge where it'll show that it's full, or excuse me, it'll be, you know, half down, and then it'll kind of refill itself and it'll boost back up to the full gauge. So I'd bet that's probably a sensor. I took it in 2 or 3 times. No one ever wanted to help fix that. They pretty much called me crazy. I have pictures and stuff documenting it, but basically what I did is I just filled it up and topped it off and made sure it was full, and really only happened probably 10 or 15 times when the truck was new about a year ago. Hasn't really done it since, so that's good. There's kind of up in this area on the top. I almost feel like it's in between here. It always sounds like there's air coming in right in here, and you can kind of see it. This is all kind of loose. So yeah, when you're at highway speeds, 70, 80 miles per hour, which I know a lot of you always comment and say it's not highway speeds. That is where I live. It always sounds like there's air coming through there. And then there's quite a bit of rattles even on this side, same way. You get a lot of wind noise in between your mirrors from the exterior, and then the interior you get a lot of rattling. Speakers rattle quite a bit. It's got the premium audio. You know, there's just a lot of stuff that's kind of feels like it was kind of, we joke, the 5 o'clock special. You know, maybe where it was someone wanted to go home and just be done for the day. So a lot of like this stuff that's just not fully put together, it doesn't feel like. overall, it has been a good truck. I mean, everyone keeps asking me, well, would you buy another one? I would. I'd probably buy a 2023, 2024, not, you know, the first year. And that's something I learned. I've never done that before. But now I know. It's had quite a few oil changes in its time. Never went through brake pads. And we tow quite a bit. See, even those are a little flimsy. I guess what I'm trying to say, it just doesn't really feel like Toyota quality. I mean, I've had, as you guys know on the channel, I've had a lot of Tacomas, 4Runners, Tundra, 2 different Tundras, so that's what I'm comparing it to. Not saying that this is a bad truck, I'm just saying I'd probably buy a later model. Let's see what else. Interior quality, as far as like your seating, has been really good. It's actually held up. We had a lot of people in the back and the front quite a bit. The only thing is the front seat's a little loose. So I don't know. I mean, you can kind of see that. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, but it's like even when you get in and out of it, you just kind of feel it shake a little bit. So I don't know if that's something that you can just tighten down there, but probably shouldn't have to do that when the truck's, you know, only a year old. Go ahead and start it up here. TPMS is flashing now. I think that's just trying to get resynced. Needs maintenance. We're coming up on that 30K. But yeah, I mean, there's no warning lights other than that. But that's just like I was saying, I know what that's from. It's pretty messy in here. Like I said, it's getting cleaned out today and moving on. So just wanted to make like a last little video and talk about some of the stuff I do and don't like. I think there's a lot of stuff that frustrated me, just being from build quality standpoint. This is one. You know, the second part of that is some of the towing has had issues. So whenever you go into reverse, you have to have this on, and that turns off your like rear cross traffic alert and stuff, basically when you're towing, so it doesn't stop itself. But it never really did a super good job. And then I have a surge brake trailer, and it would never turn the surge brakes off. So you basically couldn't back the trailer up. I think it's basically the Tundra is not sending enough power to the LED trailer. I assume it's not sucking enough because it's LED, but I have a new Ford as well, and that seems to do it fine. So Ford can figure it out. I'm sure Toyota can too. It's just one of the earlier models, like I said. This has been good, but the biggest thing that annoys me here is, you know, navigation you have to pay for. So I got 1 year free, and now you have to pay for it. So that's kind of just an annoyance nonetheless. I mean, I know a lot of brands are doing that. It's not just Toyota. But still sort of frustrating. I do like some of the features with, you know, your automatic folding mirrors, your one-touch windows all the way around. This is the higher trim level SR5, so it had like the power seats on both sides, the nicer, you know, material on the seat, so I thought they were more comfortable. Here's the tires we took off. These were 33s, method wheels with VKO2 tires. These have been fantastic. Would highly recommend doing these on any vehicle, but definitely the Tundra, it's a perfect offset. So yeah, I can get more specs on these down below, but if you're looking to do something similar. And look at my other videos, the 33s fit really well in the Tundra with no lift, and this one just had the rear air, so. Biggest reason why we got rid of it is I think we're just asking too much of it. So, you know, it's obviously a 1500 on a 2500, you know, chassis. So we need heavy duty towing, and we ended up getting a bigger truck. So stay tuned for that. I'll be making a video soon, but Tundra's been good. It's overall, I would definitely buy another one. I would just get a higher trim level, and I would definitely get a brand new, you know, test drive it, make sure there's no, you know, rattles, shakes, shimmies, and air coming through anywhere, because that's the biggest thing that definitely frustrates me. Is just some of these little kinks that need to be worked out, but they will be. So yeah, I mean, overall, nothing catastrophic happened in 30,000 miles. Truck's been pretty good overall. I will miss it, and it's time for the next big thing. So stay tuned, subscribe, ask questions. I definitely didn't cover it all in this video, but I didn't really want to say anything bad necessarily. The truck's actually been really good. It's just little things here and there. So let me know, comment down below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.